Good evening, my name's Chris and welcome along to my shed. So I went out for a little walk this evening with the good lady, Mrs. Eco Scrapper, and found some things along the way. So I shall show you what I found. Look at that, we've even got the sun in here this evening. So, I found an old BT cable, or phone cable. Should be gold plated parts in there, but I think it's been outside a long time. Actually can't see that well with the sun. Hang on a second. See if that helps. Found some nice pieces of lead, which I think how much is there? About probably 250-300 grams of lead. Always nice, I like a bit of lead. And then, oh, nearly forgetting that. Some very old copper pipe with a couple of brass fittings on the end. So that was very nice. And a pile of aluminium, or aluminum. So, yeah, there's probably around half a kilo there. That was just from an evening walk. It's kind of a site where things get dumped, and and a plug. So I had a little look through because then some new things had been dumped there, and that's what we found. So happy days. Let's move them out of the way, and I'll show you what I was getting on with today. We'll have a little zoom in, and hopefully, yeah, got the shadows coming on there. Wow, not a good time to be doing videos then. Sounds like we've got, let's put these over there. Right, you can see this, that's an, sorry about the flashing, that is to do with the lights. An ASD filter for phones and like broadband equipment and things. But gold pins inside there. And some very little gold, two little gold pieces. If we can focus. Focus. Nope, not happening. Anyway, two little gold pieces, gold plated pieces in there as well. And they're really easy to take apart if I've got my right tools here. It's turn that and out they pop. Simple as that. And then take these off. I might need a knife to do that. Obviously isn't here because it's on the floor over there. Oh. And all you do is that and that. And the little gold pins are in there. Piece of cake. Might actually be easier if I use those just to snip each side. Or one side even. And there you go. And that is not wanting to zoom in, is it? But you can see the little gold flash there. You don't want to. Yeah, why are you not focusing, Mr. Phone? Come on. Anyway, I've got quite a few of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. So I'm going to have 24 of those. With, yeah, there's 2 in that one. There's 6 in each one. 72 gold pins, and then the 2 in the end of each one. It's another 24, 96. This one's slightly different. Let's have a look in that one. You don't. Right, okay. He doesn't come apart the same way. I think that's just as easy. We'll go that way. There we go. We'll see what's in there. Oh, Wow, this is teeny tiny. See me losing my fingers with this chisel. Let's not use that. We don't want to have an accident. Not when you live here, because I have to call out the helicopter and it takes 20 minutes to get here. That would not make for a good day. Okay, so the small one's a bit of a pain. There we go. Right. Okay, so that's solid in there. Right. There's got to be another way. Might have to be a hammer. I'm glad I've only got one of these. It's not actually brittle plastic, so it would be quite difficult to break anyway. With a hammer. There's probably an easier way, which you all know. I'll carry on struggling, you know. Nah, I'm scared of that. I'll probably just pull out, actually. There we go. There we go, you can see. Oh, we get some sunlight on them. Gold pins. See them on there? Nice. So anyway, that's what I'm cracking on with, just to get the gold pins out. That is pretty much it for these, because there's nothing on the back there, and just some the capacitors on there. So, and that wire's too small to strip, so I'll just take the gold pins out of there, and the rest can go in with. I'll separate the cable, put the cable in with cables, and the rest can go in with circuit boards. There we go, that's that. Just put that in there, because that's one of those things it's likely to get lost. So that's quite easy, you just snip that and then pop them out. And these ones, where did that one go? There. Just straighten those out, and it should pull out of there now. There we go. Bit of micro scrapping. So with these, if we can get this camera to focus, there's a gold from my finger upwards is gold, and then that other part there is just uncoloured kind of steel, and I cut those off. Yes, it's tedious, but when it gets processed, then there'll be a lot less just general metal kicking about in the solution, so it will all be gold plated pieces that go in, and I'll snip them off, and they go in the steel pot, and they go in the gold pot. There is a larger one. Oh, and I think these, they're only gold plated on the top side, and they'll go in there as well. So I'll get the rest of these apart, and then we can get rid of all the plastic, and then all these will be separate. So I shall crack on with that. couple of little surprises in there. As you can see on these ones, are slightly different, and we have copper, 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 woo! Along with the gold plated bits. So, this one was a bit more tricky, but I think we're good with that. So I wanted to get the gold out. We'll just take these wires off, because they'll go in the wire pot. My pot, bloody great big bag. There we go, and that is just a nothing. Hopefully that will pull out of there. Nope. Defeated by a piece of plastic. There we go. So, let's move that. So these, all I've got to do is take off the gold bits with gold pins in, and happy days. So that's pretty much it. Nice and easy to do, really quick. And the different ones were, if I can find the lid. It's going to be the last one I turn over. Or has it just disappeared into nothing? There we go. So we had a Sky micro filter and LEA networks. So that had the copper in as well. So there we go, something a little bit different today. Actually scrapping something for once. And some good finds from a walk. And plenty of gold pins to be had. So thank you for watching. Thank you to all the subscribers. Thank you for all the comments and the likes. Losing my voice. And I will see you in the next one. Keep scrapping.